Hey, John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy. Thank you so much for joining. It's a Saturday night and it is very, very cold. However, the Kansas City Chiefs are playing right now and it's extremely cold at Arrowhead, excuse me, at Arrowhead Stadium. I have a little button here. Let's see if this works. How about that? In case I have a coughing fit or something. I probably have some friends that are watching me right now at Arrowhead Stadium because you're watching the game, but you're also watching Facebook or something. So, hello, and I'm sure that have no idea what the score is, but I'm sure it's cold there. So, stay warm and be safe. Hey, I want to visit with you a little bit tonight about how much can you make as a real estate agent. I know I've been talking a lot about things you need to know to pass a real estate exam. And that's always what I really want to try to go after and help you with. But sometimes it's kind of neat to understand, well, how much can you make as a real estate agent? One of the things that is troublesome to me because I'm approved in 8 states and we provide real estate schooling in 10 states is that real estate brokers do not recruit like they should. And I get it. I've been a real estate broker for many, many years, ran 3 offices and had around 40 to 50 agents. And you kind of forget that recruiting is a big part of your business. When I got my real estate license, there was a gentleman by the name of Dan. I won't mention his last name, but a great guy. And I remember Dan, I was out at Sam Sism Ford here in Park Hills, and Dan was a salesman there. And I was 18. I just got my license. And I told Dan, I said, yeah, I got my license. I'm helping my mom. I'd been picking up for sale signs and taking pictures. And I remember Dan telling me, there on the parking lot at Sam Sism Ford, this statement. He said, well, remember this, John. Listing is existing. Listing is existing. Now, here's what I've noticed over my 45 years of business. A lot of people get their real estate license. And a lot of agents focus on the buyer side of the business. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you're going to spend more time, you're going to spin your wheels more, and it's not really where you should be putting your effort or energy. When I'm coaching agents, I want to coach you on getting listings. And why is that important? Because if you get listings, you can be doing what I'm doing right now. You could be on YouTube live streaming, talking about things, and other agents are out showing your property, writing contracts, and bringing you offers and deals. And the other agents are going to be going out to meet the inspector. They're going to be taking the people back 3 or 4 times so all the family members can look at it. They're going to be whatever, and on and on and on. And you went out, met with your clients, got the room measurements, pictures, or hired the pictures out, put it in the MLS, and somebody else is going to help sell you. I always tell clients this when I'm working with a seller. I'm probably not the person who's going to sell your property. It will be someone else. My job for you as a seller is to help negotiate and get the best deal I can for you and to market your property, to put it out there in front of as many people as possible. And so I wanted to do a little session tonight about how much can you make and to have you think about, okay, if I get my real estate license, what should I focus on? And how much time will that take? What can I do? and how much money can I make? Okay, is that all right with you? So I'm going to jump over here to the board. I thought I might be on the board there, and it is not. Let's see. Where is the board? That's supposed to be the whiteboard, but we'll fix it real quick here. Let's see here. Always something, isn't it, with live TV? Oh, I know what the problem is. Let me do that. And we will be right back here. I know exactly what I did. I forgot to plug in the TV, and the TV just went black on me. There we go. So, there we go. Now we should be on the whiteboard. Let's see here. That's supposed to be the whiteboard. There we go. Okay, now we have it. All right. Live TV. It's can't get any better than that. So let's jump over to the whiteboard and talk about how much money you can earn. I remember a friend of mine who was working for a dental repair company, and he was telling me he drove like 3 hours to. I'm going to bring that in a little tighter here. Let's see if that can bring. He drove like 3 hours to this dentist office because the guy had bought this new equipment, and he called and was very upset because it wasn't working. And I remember my friend said, who recently passed away, he worked for me. His name was Keith, and a great guy, one of the sweetest, nicest men I've really ever had that worked for me. I've had a lot, and they've all been great people, but Keith was just a special person. And I remember Keith telling me, he said, I walked over, and he said, I looked at the dentist, and he held up the plug, and he plugged it in the socket, and everything worked. I forgot to plug the whiteboard in. I kind of unplugged some stuff occasionally, so that was my problem. All right, so how much money can you make as a real estate professional? You know, in my area right now, the average sales price is it's right around $200,000. Last time I checked, it was a little bit north of that, but let's just be on the conservative side, and let's just say it's $175,000. And commissions are negotiable, and so this might be a test problem. If your broker charges 6%, and again, commissions are negotiable, so 6%, we move the decimal over 2 places. And what does our math tell us to do here? It tells us to multiply, right? Because we have both of the bottoms. So let's take 160 or 175 times 0.06. And that's $10,500. Now, what you need to know is that $10,500 is the total commission. You might, let's just, for simplicity's sake, say that you get a fourth of that. So 10,500 divided by 4 is 2,625. Now, you may have some other fees around that, but one transaction and you make $2,600. Where else could you go and have your own business and sell one product? Basically, that's what you're doing, selling one product and you make $2,600. Even if you have some fees that come out of that, by the time you deduct the schooling, the MLS dues, the realtor dues, you're still north of $1,000, and that's on selling one product. Again, you got to think that you're your own business. And so the key is, how do you start selling more than one product? Well, I did a 4-day lead generation boot camp. And I'm going to put the link down below so you can take a look at that. And we talked about a wide variety of things that you can do. I had a special guest come on from USA Mortgage, because USA Mortgage had done a lot of support for me and helped me with my school and my podcast and different things. But they actually help agents with marketing. And a lot of agents don't even know this. They will underwrite a big part of your direct mail. So you think about, well, John, what are things I could do to generate income right now? Well, you could farm a location. One of my favorite people, and I'm going back a ways, and a lot of people wouldn't know this lady, but her name was Danielle Kennedy. I probably have her book over here in the bookcase somewhere. And Danielle used to say she was a single mom with a couple of children at home, and she would go out and knock on doors in the worst possible weather. Now tomorrow it's supposed to be down to around 5 or 6 degrees. I don't know, pretty cold. I remember one time I went over in Deloge on Locust Street. I can tell you the exact street. It was probably 10 degrees or colder. It was snowing. I put on my top coat, a sock cap, and gloves, and I had they were basically coupons that I cut and pasted and ran copies off the copy machine, and then cut those into thirds. And I didn't talk to anybody that day. I knocked on the door. I put the flyer in the door, and I left. It was cold. It was snowy. I was miserable, but I did it because Danielle said, don't go out and knock on doors when it's nice out. Everybody can do that, but you need to go out when the weather's kind of rough. And she used to go out with an umbrella when it was raining. So here I am. I'm at the office. It's cold. It's snowy. And I'm like, you know what? Danielle said go out and knock on doors when it was cold. I'm going to do that. And I didn't knock on any doors. I just opened the door, put the flyer in, and shut it. Now, about 6 months later, 4 months later, I can't remember, I got a phone call. And a lady said, can you come out and list my house? I go out to her house. She shares with me this coupon that I'd left on the door. It was stuck on her refrigerator for a free price evaluation. I listed her home and sold it. I also listed and sold every relative you could imagine in her family. I still remember this. That lady sent me more deals than you could ever imagine. And it was from knocking on doors. So we call that farming. And I mention this to you because we talked about that in the 4-day lead generation challenge. Things you can do to farm an area and how to pick a good area. So we talked about that. The other thing you can do are for sale by owners. I have a book right over here. I'm going to pull this book so you can see it real quick. And I think I'm going to actually come over here so we can get you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. But here's a book I wrote called 5 Minutes to Jumpstarting Your Real Estate Career. By the way, I have a coaching program on this book right here. It's all online. I still meet with you live in person via Zoom. I have some, anyone who signs up for the coaching program, you can find out information at Global Real Estate School. It's not a cheap program, okay? But I'm helping you and I'm guiding you and I'm going to help you make money, okay? And the one transaction you just did, you paid more than paid for my coaching program, okay? And I'm going to help you do 1, 2, 3 of those deals every month. That's the goal. So it's like a no-brainer. But I have the coaching program. It's all online, and you can actually download the book. And I talk in the book about, I'm going to go back over here to the board. I think I'm on the board now. I talk in the book about my friend, and I don't know if he's still alive or not, but Roger Searcy. And Roger had a for sale by owner program. And I share that in my coaching program, because that program Roger shared with me has made me thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. And it's a very simple, easy program. And so, again, I share that in my 5 Minutes to Coaching program. But there's another way you can make money. Another great way that you can make money, we talk about farming and for sale by owners, is calling expired listings. Now, when I say call, actually just mail them. And I have a secret formula for expires that a lot of agents don't do. And so we talk about that. I talk about that, I think, in the 4-day lead generation challenge. But I know I discussed that, and I was just working with one of my agents that I'm coaching right now about my expired program. And in her MLS, we used my system, and we pulled up, I don't know how many, 10, 15 good possible expired leads for her that no one else is probably working. And so expired listings is another tool. The other best tool you can do is what we call your raving fans, or your sphere of influence, people you know. And so you want to contact the people you know. I wrote my thesis paper on what do top real estate agents do to generate income, and overwhelmingly it was from friends, family members, people they work with. And so raving fans, sphere of influence, great source of listings. Now, here's the thing, and I want to kind of come back to this a little bit, because I know one of the things that, how do I say this, that one of the things that I'm passionate about is not only you passing the real estate exam, but you being successful as a real estate agent. Nothing hurts me more than someone who invests so much time and energy and effort into getting their real estate license, and then they can't make it. And I hate that. I get it. Not real estate's not for everyone. You never know until you try. But I can tell you this: if you are consistent with prospecting, and you are consistent with really trying to do some of the things that I share with you, I know that you can be successful and you can make money. Now, I want to share with you another cool feature. And today, with the, used to, I had to do this I had to drive to the courthouse and take a notepad. Today we could do it right from our computer, but you want to work out of town owners. And we discussed this extensively in the 4-day lead generation challenge. So again, I'm going to have the link down below, but that's a huge way to generate income. Now, why am I talking about all of this? And what's the purpose of tonight's live stream or call? Well, I want to be more than an agent who's, let me back up. I want to be more than a school who's just helping you pass the test. I want to help you make a profit. If you're going to pay me money for my school, I want to see you be successful and do well. Last week, a lady called me. She she went through my South Dakota course. She told me, she said, I did $10 million in volume last year. Now she's getting her license in Florida. Unfortunately, she didn't know I had a Florida school. So she went through another school, her and her daughter. They didn't pass. She said, I told my daughter, we got to get John's stuff. So they bought my school in Florida. 2 days ago, she wrote me and said, I passed the test. Thank you, John. And she's going to be on a podcast with me. But she did $10 million in business, and she hasn't had her license that long. Now, that's why I'm doing this podcast or this YouTube video tonight. I not only want to see you pass the test, but I want to see you be successful. And I feel like I've got to incorporate more videos to give you ideas on how to generate income. So we'll dive deeper into these as we move throughout the YouTube live streaming. But on my website, I do have this little 4-day lead challenge. We actually went 5 days, but 4-day lead challenge. It's $47. It's a no-brainer. You probably spend that much on cappuccinos every month. But for $47, you can find out all of my cool things you can do to generate leads. And if you want to take it to the next level, you can check out my 5 Minutes to Jumpstarting Real Estate School coaching program. And again, I'm going to be transparent. It's expensive. I'm not going to beat around the bush, but I'm spending a lot of time with you. And my time, my wisdom, my experience, my knowledge, my secrets, I'm not going to give that away for anything. So if you want to go to the next level and you want to do, what did I show you a minute ago? Like right here, $2,600. My coaching program's not even that much money. So one transaction, and you've paid for that. And I'm going to show you how to do 3 or 4 of those a month, okay? So, the lady from South Dakota, she was telling me she did $10 million in volume. You can do the math on what we did earlier. I have lots of agents who are doing lots of deals, and I can help you do that. But it will be in the link down below if you want that. Here's what I want you to take away from today. And I'm going to come over here to my other camera. Here's what I want you to take away from today. If you're thinking about getting your real estate license, it's a no-brainer. Now, yes, there are people who've gotten their license and they haven't done well. And I want you to come back to school. I don't care who you are. If you're in Missouri, all you have to do is take the 24-hour practice course. But if you've never gotten your license, if you just get your license and focus on getting listings, invest $47 in my 4-day lead generation challenge, and you'll get all kinds of ideas. But I'm telling you what, it's a great business. It's a great way for you to make extra money. And sure, maybe you've tried it before. Maybe you weren't with the right broker. Maybe you didn't have the right coaching program. But I'm telling you what, you can succeed and do anything you want to do. You just have to set your mind to it. Well, check us out at Global Real Estate School. I'm going to have the links right below for both my coaching programs. If you're interested in the 4-day lead generation challenge for 47 bucks, do it. If you don't have the other, if you want to do the other coaching program, it is expensive. I can break it up into 4 payments. Reach out to me. I do have Shop Pay on my website, so you can just check out with Shop Pay. It's interest free, and they'll break it up in payments. But I want you to have a great 2024. Make more in 2024. Hey, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will go out